Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you're having a great Wednesday today, staying safe out there, feeling healthy, soaking up this beautiful vitamin D3 as the sun is shining, and we're getting through these hard times and these uncertain times together and ultimately changing the planet for the better. So with that being said, I do want to welcome everybody that may be new to the channel. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of love on you, pepper, and avalanches of prosperity and abundance coming your way as, again, we use these times to our ultimate advantage to become the best possible versions of ourselves. So everybody else may be taking their foot off the gas, going into quarantine, and ultimately living in a time of fear. And really just keep in mind that you have the option with what you're going to do in this time. You can live in fear, cause yourself stress, be scared about the next moves, or you can use this time to get things done, feel good, and ultimately empower others, right? And so I want to talk about that a little bit. How can you stay healthy during these uncertain times and these stressful times when everybody's panicking and they are in self-quarantine and they're not really sure what to do? They're obviously hoping that they don't get sick, right? And so what I've done and what I've been doing for since 2013 is I've really been focusing on my health, not only from a body standpoint, but a mind and a soul standpoint as well. And so how exactly do you do that? How can you make sure that your body is in perfect harmony with all three of those systems at one time? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So in order to stay healthy during these stressful and uncertain times, you got to make sure, number one, that your mind stays calm. There's a lot of panic on social media. There's a lot of negativity being spread throughout the media, whether that be online or in newspapers, commercials, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of stress being toted out there. There's a lot of fear being toted out there. And this is a tactic, right? This is something that is ultimately used to create sheer panic. And so how do you stay calm when all these things are in front of you all the time? And the first thing that you want to do is you want to do an activity that will allow you to take your mind off these stressful times. So maybe that's gardening for you. Maybe that's playing with your kids. Maybe that's going for a bike ride, whatever the case may be. You want to get your mind off this stressful and fearful time because it's going to allow you to shift your focus where you want it to be. And so for me, what it is hiking. I love hiking. So on Sunday, I went up to Sedona and I did a hike, right? So I drove up an hour and a half from my home here in Phoenix, went up to Sedona, and I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that there were a lot of people outside doing the same thing I was doing. So it was a huge relief to know that I wasn't alone and that people were ultimately looking to do the same thing I was, which was stay calm under pressure. And so you want to make sure that you have that go-to activity that's going to allow you to stay calm during these stressful times. The other thing is breathing. Breathing is integral, not only during times like this, but throughout the entirety of your life. It's said that scientifically, when you start to panic, your breathing speeds up. When your breathing speeds up, you actually lose intelligent points. And what I mean by that is IQ levels, okay? Intelligent points. Your IQ actually goes down. Your decision making and your logical thinking mind goes down because your body is responding to that panicked and heightened breathing. So if you're breathing very fast, hyperventilating, you're ultimately not using all of your brain to logically think through that situation that you're in. So what you want to do, and this is something I would continue doing even after this whole coronavirus thing clears itself up, is practice your breathing. In the morning, deep breaths in, and out, just like that. Big, deep breaths. Because what that's going to allow you to do is that's going to slow your mind down, right? You're going to be able to think more clearly. Your body's not going to be rushing or panicking into anything. You're going to have a sense of calmness. It's going to allow you to control your emotions a lot more easily, right? And so you want to make sure that if you start to feel yourself panicking or in fear throughout the day, you just stop, monitor your breathing, and if it is heightened, you just want to correct it. Take a couple of deep breaths in. Allow yourself to get back to that calm, relaxed feeling. And this is why a lot of people actually do meditation. They do meditation because it calms the brain down. It allows them to get into a place of Zen and meditation and ultimately calm and openness and able to receive these bits of information or allow them to think more clearly. And so that's why breathing is so crucial in the stress in your body. If you're stressed out, you're probably breathing fast, panicked, rushed, things like that. So you want to make sure that your breathing is nice and controlled. Now, those are just some things you can do in regards to your body and helping it to create and release the right endorphins in order for you to get the right chemical makeup to eliminate that stress in your body. So now what about the foods? Well, we all know what foods we could be eating, right? Obviously, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables. Vitamin C is going to be huge. So obviously oranges, orange juice, taking any sort of supplements that may help you in getting high levels of vitamin C. We want to work with our bodies to fight off any sort of illness. And this goes obviously beyond the coronavirus. This goes to your everyday living. This is going to help you fight off those free radicals in your body in order to make sure that you are flushing all these toxins out and ultimately preventing yourself from getting sick. So vitamin C is huge. And then one of the last ones that I'm going to recommend for you is water. We all know that our body is made up mostly of water, right? Well, you want to understand that, and for me, this was really tricky because when I was growing up, it was all soda. It was Pepsi, it was Dr. Pepper, it was anything but water, to be honest with you. I thought water was just bland. Why would I drink it? This is terrible. I don't care. And when I moved to Arizona, I started to notice my health got pretty bad pretty quick. And the reason for that was because I wasn't focused on my water intake. I was still drinking a lot of things that ultimately weren't hydrating my body or hydrating my cells. So I was getting lightheaded easily. I felt sick a lot, like sick to my stomach. There'd be times when I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. I didn't have the energy to do so. And it took me about a week to 2 weeks to figure it out before a friend came up to me and said, "Are you drinking any water right now?" And I said, "No, I'm not drinking any water at all." And he goes, "Well, you're in the desert and your body's made up mostly of water, so you should probably be drinking water." So from that point on, I started drinking water. And what I noticed is that my chemical makeup in my body started to equalize where it needed to be. And I started to have more energy. I was able to get more restful nights of sleep. My metabolism was speeding up as well. So as I was eating food and I was drinking more water, my body would metabolize that food even quicker. Therefore, it was easier for me to maintain the weight that I was at, right? But on top of that too, what it does is you're always creating new cells in your body. Every day, your body is creating brand new cells, and you want to make sure that as these cells are being created, you're supporting the health of these cells, because ultimately what you do on a day in, day out basis is going to replicate itself from a mind, body, and spirit standpoint. So you want to make sure that not only are you focused in the right areas from a mindset standpoint, and that you are praying and doing whatever you need to do to be in touch with yourself internally, spiritually, religiously, whatever it may be for you, but also you want to support a healthy body and you want to support healthy cells. So by eating things like fruits and vegetables, high levels of vitamin C, and also drinking a lot of water, you're supporting new cells, new healthy cells. Therefore, on a day in, day out basis, as your body's replicating these healthy cells, you're able to more easily fight off free radicals because your cells already are made up of things that your body needs essentially to get rid of these free radicals and these toxins. So these are just some tips that I would give you in order to stay healthy during these fearful and challenging times, because ultimately what you focus on and what your habits are in this time are ultimately going to lead to your health or sickness, and you get to choose that. So make sure that you are practicing healthy habits from a mind, body, and spirit standpoint. I want to thank you guys for the support of the channel. Of course, for those of you that are new, definitely hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like as well. We are going to get through this together. We're going to become better together and ultimately reach those levels of life that we promised ourselves we would. Other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed, prosperous, and abundant rest of your week, and take care, guys.